Hi, this video is about opportunities for millionaires in Puerto Rico. And if you're an aspiring millionaire, maybe you'll find it interesting too. Now, here's what happened. Years ago, maybe about 4 years ago, my client came to me and he was doing kits for high school students about dissecting frogs. And then the equivalent of Wokes in the animal protection field said no more frogs. So he was out of business. And he came to me as a client and even paid me and wanted some ideas. And I said, you know what? I've been telling other clients, especially European ones, that Puerto Rico has a very interesting deal. And that is if you go to Puerto Rico, live there a while, it doesn't cost you $500,000 for a golden visa or anything. You just go there and you rent an apartment. And after a few years, you get a passport. Now, a Puerto Rican passport is the same as an American passport. It looks like American passport. It says it's an American USA passport, but it's issued in Puerto Rico. And there's a huge difference. The so-called USA passport is the most expensive document in the world because after you leave the USA, you're still liable for taxes on your worldwide income. And if you don't pay it, there's criminal penalties. You can actually go to jail. And there's probably a few thousand, maybe 1 million people in jails in America because they didn't file or they didn't pay their taxes. So I thought, my friend, a good business opportunity would be to go to Puerto Rico and find out more about how easy or how hard it is to get this passport for Europeans who could then have the beautiful USA passport for basically free. Obviously, there's a $50 or $60 charge for the government bureaucracy, but basically none of this 100,000 or 5 million investment. Okay, so he went to Puerto Rico a few years ago, and if you have a business there locally, you pay little or no taxes. If you have $1 billion profit in your Bitcoin and you sell it, no capital gains taxes. So he discovered all kinds of good stuff in Puerto Rico, and he's going to tell you more about that in a few seconds. But the point is, he went there and now he has a very nice consulting business for not poor folks, but upper middle class or slightly wealthy people who want to go to a place where they can not pay any taxes, where they can get a USA passport that doesn't require them to pay taxes on their worldwide income if they leave Puerto Rico. Or if they stay, they don't pay taxes either. But with a USA passport, you're really stuck for life for taxes. Now, I'm going to pass my microphone over to him because I can't afford mics. And he is going to tell you more about opportunities in Puerto Rico and stuff like that.
Puerto Rico is a unique opportunity for Americans, for Europeans, for business owners or future business owners who aspire to start their own business or start their first business and be an entrepreneur. And as my friend had mentioned, he originally was consulting me on where should I go in the world if I'm an American person, I want to move to a new place, I want to travel, get to know a new culture, but also seek out business opportunities and minimize my taxes legally. I didn't want to break any rules. I didn't want to go to jail, as he mentioned. Many Americans end up in the pokey for not paying taxes and for non-filing, and so Puerto Rico was the place. The second that I moved there, I was exempt from all federal income taxes in the United States, which was, saved me 30% of all of the income I was paying to the government. And aside from that, there are so many business opportunities in Puerto Rico in so many different areas of the economy. Really, the whole market is wide open for services, for manufacturing businesses, for pharmaceutical businesses, and pretty much you name it. Tourism and Airbnb is a very big thing where a lot of real estate investors are doing very well in Puerto Rico, and it's a growing market. There's a lot of development potential and overall really great place to be where you meet a lot of exciting people who are very smart, many of them very successful and have gotten extremely rich and prior to moving to Puerto Rico. And but once you're there, as Grandpa mentioned, you don't pay any federal tax. You can legally establish your residence there, and just by living there, you more or less are on the path to becoming an American or establishing residence or getting green cards or whatever process you need to go through. And but Puerto Rico is basically your entry point into the United States if you're a foreigner. If you're an American, it is your exit point where you want to leave, go somewhere more efficient, go somewhere that's bright and sunny and with beautiful oceans and beaches, and you're minimizing your taxes as a U.S. person. And so overall, I think the opportunities are great. I think that over the next 10 or 20 years, any ambitious person really stands to benefit and is going to be around many other dynamic entrepreneurs if they're in Puerto Rico. And right now, it's the place where all of the New Yorkers, all of the people in California, everyone leaving California,
California, I like that.
California, and many of those people are going to Miami Beach right now, to South Florida. You take it one step further, you go to Puerto Rico, you save an additional 20 to 30%, and you no longer pay any federal tax whatsoever on your Puerto Rico income. And there's really not much of a better deal. And you don't want to go to some other U.S. territory like the Virgin Islands or the Mariana Islands or
They don't have the same deal.
some place like Guam where there's no economy. Puerto Rico is larger than Hawaii, has a much larger population than Hawaii. It is much closer to the United States and only 1,000 miles from the coast of Florida. And overall, Puerto Rico's growth prospects are very similar to Hawaii, but actually a lot stronger. And anyone that's been to Hawaii has seen the way that Hawaii has developed. And so overall, over the next 20 to 30 years, Puerto Rico's got many exciting opportunities to get very wealthy, to be successful, and both for the established entrepreneur or the first time aspiring entrepreneur that's starting their first business.
Now, I know you don't want to plug yourself, so give them your name, your email address, your phone number, way to contact you. And when anybody viewing this spectacular, well-planned video, which actually we're making up as we go along, but anyway, I want people to be able to contact you. And I think anyone who contacts you who starts from a lower point is going to make a few $1,000,000. And all that I ask is after you make your 10th million, send me $100. I'll go back to my buddy here.
Yeah, so my name is Jonathan Braswell. We run a tax and consulting practice. They're based in San Juan. I've lived in Puerto Rico for several years now.
Spell it out so they can write it down.
Executive Services PR, as in Puerto Rico, is the business. You can contact us at info@executiveservicespr.com. That's our office email address. Get in contact with us anytime. We're very quick to respond and help you and be attentive to whatever you need from us. And phone number, if you wish to call our company line, 787-605-0824. If you're a foreign person, it's a +1 for a United States phone number. But again, it's 787-605-0824. That's our company line. You can get me on the phone. We're pretty easy to approach and talk to, and we're always willing to help. So any way that we can help you enter Puerto Rico, learn your way around, and help you out, just let us know.
Okay, and I want to add, I lived in Puerto Rico some years ago. Gorgeous, available women by the hundreds. And all you do is go to the beautiful beaches, sand beaches, nicest in the world. And you meet all kinds of people and beautiful, available women. So go to Puerto Rico, visit with my friend, and you'll have us. Well,
Yeah, he's not wrong. It does seem to be the trend in the Caribbean that the women prefer the thong bikini, and that is typically their preferred style of dress. So you'll see many of those women from Friday to Sunday on any beach, on any coast of Puerto Rico. It's an island, so you drive.
yeah. This
You
guy
drive
has so
straight-
many women chasing. He has to beat them off with a wet towel So some of his spares and rejects you can have. And these rejects, whew, I wish I could have one of those. Okay, bye bye. See you tomorrow.